What's going on, YouTube? We are back after the Farmstrong Classic down here in Baz's basement. So he tricked me into coming over here with promise of food. And, you know, strongman's gotta eat. Next thing I know, I was tied to a computer answering questions. So that was fun.
Sometimes that's the only way to get you to answer comments.
Okay, I am very computer illiterate, so answering your comments is... I'm working on it. But keep liking, keep commenting. We'll probably end up doing like a wrap-up video or like get all the comments together kind of thing, read them over, write them down, and then do like a Q&A kind of style, get them all out there. Kind of something along those lines just to make it easier so that I can be commenting on a regular basis, because like I said, I'm not very smart. Baz is the magic behind the scenes that makes all this happen. So, and we all know he doesn't trust me with his camera, let alone his computer.
I might get him a Fisher Price one.
Yeah. Yeah, it took me a while to get an actual phone, so.
But hey, he's matching his phone case. So I mean,
Almost.
Fancy.
So we're fresh off the Farmstrong Classic. Prep for that went really well. The competition, on the other hand, was a different story. But we'll get into that. Yeah.
So coming to the Farmstrong, what was your goal? What did you want to do?
So, as you all know, my main purpose at the Farmstrong Classic was to beat James Jeffers at bag toss. That was, and log, but I'll let him have that. Honestly, I made the rookiest mistake I could have on log press. Pressing outside, if you haven't done it, grab your log, take it outside, and just press. As it gets heavier and as it sits on your chest, and you're looking up, when you're in a gym, garage, anything, when you're in an indoor setting and you look up, there's always something to focus on. Outside, nothing. So instantly cleaned the log and got vertigo, spent so much time dancing with it. Like, the weight itself wasn't heavy. I just couldn't stay balanced. So props to Jeffers on that one. He beat me. He actually got second in log, which is insane because he's not known for his pressing abilities, but bro's been working hard, and hats off to him, like, super impressive. But yeah, even afterwards, we had JF Caron, 9-time Canada's Strongest Man. He was roughing the show. He came up and he told us all, like, everybody there danced around with the log. There was Jeffers and Gabriel Riem, 10th strongest man in the world. Him and Jeffers were the only ones that just no problems with it. Everybody else cleaned it up and would, like, dance. So yeah, I'm ashamed to admit it, but he beat me there. It's all my own fault. Won't happen again. But but my main goal was to beat him in bag toss. So yeah, that was our second event of the day, and I did just that. I did make another mistake. I was doing so well, and I got so excited. The weights felt easy. I was just throwing them over, tossing them. And I grabbed the 60-pound bag, ran back. I should have just practiced it. Jump back, throw, step back, jump back, throw. No, I jumped back, took my time with the swing, and then just kind of heaved it. And I didn't practice that way, so it did not go nearly as planned. And then basically, once you miss it, it's almost impossible to get it back over again, especially after you've already done 5 bags. So, but I had the fastest time to 5 bags, and then just, failed on that last one. Jeffers, on the other hand, he did quite well up until that 5th bag, where again, he, for some reason, stepped too far back and ended up hitting the apparatus, and that just screwed up his whole day. So I was sad to see him miss it, but at the same time, win's a win, bud. Ball's in your court. Let's go. I had to. So,
A little friendly push is always good.
exactly. Just like he said in the comments there, just pushing each other. That's all. And then on to the most surprising event of the day. So Colton had these whiskey barrel yokes. So it's just yoke with 2 giant whiskey barrels on it, and these things were filled with sand. Well, they loaded these things up. And so it was supposed to go bag toss, yoke to frame, sandbag, that. But they loaded this thing up, and nobody could budge it. Nobody could even stand up with it. They were estimating it was like 1,100 to 1,300 pounds. Oof. So the volunteers spent a lot of time digging sand out of these barrels, and end weight was roughly, they're guessing 950-ish. So I am terrible at yoke. Absolutely terrible. And I finished that 30-foot run in the fastest time I've ever walked with a yoke. So that was insane. And to be completely honest, I was not even planning on making it that far, so I didn't even train the frame. And yeah, so 750-pound frame, not training it. Knew it probably wasn't going to happen. But I held my breath that entire way. So it's only 30 feet, but when you got 950 pounds on your back, 30 feet is a lifetime. Like, that is far. So after, if you go back and watch the recap on Power Hippo streams, yeah, there is you see me kind of drop it and stumble and take my time getting into the frame. I'm gone. I'm not even there. I don't remember. I remember my hands gripping the frame and then just almost falling on my face. So, yeah, it wasn't happening. But yoke was a PR, so I'm stoked about that. So, yeah. And then, well, on to the power stairs, where everything was going fantastic until it wasn't. Yeah, that was a hard one.
Yeah, I watched that, and it was. Yeah, I don't like ever watching stuff like that, just because.
And it's not even like you watch the video and it's not even that, like, it's not that bad. You don't actually see anything. You just see me grab my hamstring and hop around. So for those of you that don't know, I suffered a not so minor injury to my left hamstring on that event. Going back and watching the video, I was doing well in the first 2, and then when I got to the 5th one, or the 5th, when I got to the 3rd one, I didn't have the upper back there anymore, so to make up for it, I straightened my legs to try to get more of a heave. Don't do that. I don't recommend it. As much fun as I make it look, it's not. Yeah, so I straightened my legs, and my left hamstring I just felt a shooting pain, felt like somebody shot me in the leg. Yeah, and that puts an end to my Farmstrong Classic. So I didn't even get to do my best event, the Husafell, where I'm confident I would have done probably minimum top 3. Like, I'm fairly confident in that. Stones, hit and miss after something. After a Max Husafell, stones are very up in the air, but I think I would have done quite well in that. All in all, I zeroed 2 events and I still placed in the top 10 out of 12. So, happy about that. The 2 in front of me only beat me by a point, so point or 2. So, yeah, not too broken up about it. It means I was having a great day, but now it's just on to rest and recovery. So, I will probably not be stepping on the strongman stage for a little bit now. While that happens, that's my phone buzzing, Buzz. Unfortunately, I suffered a grade 2 tear of my bicep femoris and my left hamstring, and a grade 2 grade 2 tear of the lateral distal gastrocs, which is my left calf. So yeah, just kind of awaiting my appointment with my physiotherapist, who we've had on here before, Christian Bovian, to see what our plan of action is. But basically, it's been a lot of bed rest and not much moving around. So, but things happen, live and learn, get stronger and move on. I will be, well, after I see Christian, I'll be back in the gym and, work on some upper body stuff. My biceps are getting a little small, so I figure I can get those a little bigger for Tony.
Do a double bicep. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
At least we got something left.
Yeah, right?
At least we got those biceps.
Yeah, at least we got the bicep ginormous. That one's for Tony.
I covered my face on that one.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
But yeah, so just work on a bunch of upper body and build that upper back so I don't have to rely on, smaller muscle, well, not even smaller muscle groups, just I don't have to rely on bad form. So we actually did a seminar with JF the next day after the show, and brilliant man. If you guys ever get the chance, to talk to him or send him a message or whatever, fountain of knowledge, that man. He's a beauty, absolutely amazing. But I got a lot of good, not only rehab exercises, but a lot of stuff. He took the time to chat with me and picked apart my entire strongman game, and gave me a lot of things to work on. So a lot of it I can do without the use of my legs right now. So, and who doesn't want to have a massive upper body? Be walking around looking like Johnny Bravo.
Bigger traps.
We'll see. Can't take away from Ryan Vance. I mean, that's
no one can take away from
Trapezosaurus
Vance.
Rex over there. Well, between him, Teresa, and Livy, god damn.
Yeah, dude, I got some catching up to do.
Right? The traps on those three are just absolutely insane. And then Sam,
Yeah.
Instagram sports bras and protein shakes, she's got massive traps too, so maybe I'll work on my traps. I mean, it is part of the upper back. So.
Yeah, so I mean...
Fine, I'll do some shrugs.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, so that's kind of the recap on that. Not really sure what's next. We'll do another update either on YouTube or Instagram once I talk to Christian and kind of see what the plan of action is moving forward. But until that time, we're sitting in limbo, just kind of waiting. But just, going to remain positive and work on some other weaknesses, I guess. Do what I can. Actually, I got to say a huge shout out to my buddy Spencer. He came up, him and his dad were up there to help out with the show. Spencer suffered a massive injury last year.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing chain yoke, and that just everything went to shit for him, unfortunately. Tore everything in one of his legs, but he was up there, and him and his dad actually took care of me, put me back together with some duct tape and bubble gum to allow me to watch the rest of the show. But I made a bet with him. We're going to see who can get to a 300 strict press first. So gives me something to do while I'm waiting to bulletproof my hamstrings again. So why not, right?
Might as well have a little bit of fun with it.
Exactly.
What's
good with the bad.
What's a better feeling than being able to clean a circus dumbbell, look at the ref, and just strict press it?
How much we talking here? Because I can already pretty much do that with a circus dumbbell.
Bigger than what you do already.
All right, we'll see.
That's
honestly that's kind of what I'm gutted for. Is Western Canada's Strongest Man has a circus dumbbell medley, and I have one of the best circus dumbbells in Western Canada. My old coach and one of my mentors, Arter, his circus dumbbell, mine's definitely, I can go heavier than he can, but he just has the endurance, the speed, and he can go faster. So I was really looking forward to going head to head with him on that, just to kind of settle it once and for all, but we'll have to wait for another time. He wins this time.
We'll get back.
Oh yeah. Well, and James and I are now tied for bag toss wins. He's won 2 and I've won 2. So now we have to get to a show that has a bag toss so we can have a showdown. So, and you bet your ass that'll be on here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what's going on. That's the recap for that. Colton and Teresa put on a hell of a show. The Farmstrong Classic was amazing. Kind of disappointed in the turnout for people that bagged for a show and then weren't there, but the guys that did come out were amazing. So many, it was so many great guys. It wasn't even a competition, it was just a training session. The guys that come out from the East were fantastic, learned a lot of stuff from them. Guys I competed against at Gimli and are all around Western Canada, it was great. Tristan Hoth, he suffered a ruptured bicep tendon in Western Canada Strongest Man last year, and he came back with a vengeance. I believe James beat him by a point, maybe, in the stones, but he's looking stronger than ever. So that was awesome. It was a hell of a show. We had 3 amateurs that showed up that did quite well. I mean, talking to them, they fully knew they were coming out to get their asses kicked, but they gave it their all, and they, props to them for that. Showing up to to that level of a show, especially when you have JF is judging, so that in itself is, intimidating as all hell. There's nothing scarier than this giant beast of a man that you've looked up to your entire life, judging you on everything. It's a surreal experience. And then, you have a World's Strongest Man competitor that's there. You have guys that have competed in Iceland and all over the world. Props to those guys for coming out and giving it their all. It was awesome to see.
Yeah. So, that being said, it's going to be a little bit of a pivot on the YouTube.
Yeah, so maybe now is the time that we can do some of those eating challenges and stuff that you guys want to see that I can gimp around to do with one leg. So, if you like, comment, and subscribe, we'll be able to make those happen for you. And Baz will make me look at the comments. Don't worry. It's not that I don't look at them. I just don't know how to respond most of the time.
Usually you click the reply button and then you type something out there. Just saying.
I'm not a smart man.
But you know what bags are.
Shut up, man.
Until then.
Yeah, so that being said, we have some exciting news and some exciting things to go through with you guys. We have a
big old
mystery box.
So stick around for the next video, because that is when we show
what's in the box.
What's in the box?